Hey guys, welcome back to Book Bar, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Melissa, and I'm here to talk about all the wonderful bookish things in my life. Today, I'm going to talk about my February TBR. Now, I'm primarily a mood reader. I definitely pick books based on my mood, but I like to have some sort of TBR so that I know like what to pick up if I need something else to pick up, because otherwise I just scroll and scroll and scroll, kind of like when I'm trying to pick something to watch on Netflix. I end up just scrolling for hours instead of actually choosing something. I would end up scrolling through my Kindle instead of actually choosing something, so I like to have set books. Plus, there are a lot of book clubs that I like to participate in, and so I have TBRs for those. They all have books, but let's just get into my TBR. So the first book, I am trying to reread my 12 favorite books from 2021 this year, and since the second book in the series comes out, I am going to be rereading House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This follows half fae, half human Bryce Quinlan. She's trying to solve a mystery about something tragic that happens at the beginning, and she ends up being teamed up with a fallen angel, Hunt, and they also have a little bit of a romance. It's a super slow burn romance, but I am really excited to reread this. I loved it when I read it last year in April. It's my favorite book of April, so I'm really excited. And then the next book on my TBR is actually House of Sky and Breath, which is my new release pick. I try to pick one new release that comes out that month, and so I will be picking House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas because I gotta know what happens next. And then I am in a book club on Instagram with a bunch of people, and we are reading Lisa Kleypas's series, or on the Hathaway series, and we usually read like one every 2 weeks. And so our next two books are Married by Morning, which I have the gorgeous step back. I know that this is Leo's story, and it's Leo and Catherine. Catherine is the governess for his sisters, Beatrix and Poppy. So I'm pretty excited, and we've already gotten hints of their romance, so I'm really excited. And then the last one in the series of the Hathaways is Love in the Afternoon, also by Lisa Kleypas. Again, I have beautiful stuff back. And this is the youngest sister, Beatrix. It's her story. I don't know much about these. I tend to go in really blind. I just know like the main character. This one's about Beatrix and Christopher, who's a captain. So I'm really excited to get to that one, especially because I know Beatrix has like a great story arc because she's so young in the first one. And then the next book is Annie's Song by Katherine Anderson. This is the Rake Appreciation Society pick for February. The Rake Appreciation Society is hosted by Jen from the Book Refuge and Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life. I will tag their videos down below, or their channels down below. I know Jen really loved this one last year. I know that the beginning is very dark because Annie is deaf and something tragic happens to her in the beginning, and Alex comes and saves her. And then my next book is Scoundrel of My Heart by Lorraine Heath. This was a 12 books from 12 friends on Instagram pick. And I don't know anything about it other than the cover is gorgeous. But it says on the back, she is desperate to wed a duke. Lady Catherine Lambert must marry a titled gentleman to claim her inheritance and has finally gained the attention of a duke. Yet she is unable to forget the scandalous second son who aided her in her achievement or his betrayal. He wants what he can never possess. Lord Griffith Stanwick is tormented by the bitter truth that as a spare, he will never be able to give Catherine what she yearns to possess. But when his father is found guilty of treason, Griff detours into the dark and dangerous corners of London, haunted by memories of the woman lost to him forever. Love to not be denied. As the Duke's courtship intensifies, Catherine discovers Griff, who has become a man to be reckoned with. Griff has become a man to be reckoned with. Sorry about that. When old passions flare and new desires ignite, she must decide if sacrificing her legacy is worth a lifetime shared with the scoundrel of her heart. So that sounds really good. And obviously it was picked by one of my Instagram friends, so I'm excited for that. And then I also always just do like a random spinner wheel for books that I have on my bookshelves. And the one that was spun was This Time Forever by Constance Flannery. I literally bought it because it was on like the clearance shelf at Half Price Books, and I mean, look at that gorgeous cover. I love the old historicals with the foiling, but I know nothing about this, so let's see. Flight to Paradise. Insurrectionist Maggie Gilbride had a premonition something would go wrong when she planted the bomb at the mining company offices. Still, the hot-tempered revolutionary refused to back out of her mission, and when the dynamite exploded, she was certain she was sailing toward the pearly gates. Instead, she discovered she was in a flying machine of the future, seated next to the most handsome mortal she'd ever seen. As Maggie met his kind emerald gaze and sought his confidence and comfort, the disoriented beauty's terror of her predicament was soon replaced by flaming hot passion. Love a good passionate story. Heavenly Mirage. Fantastically rich Thomas Carter was about to complain about his first-class privacy being disturbed when he saw the oddly dressed goddess beside him. His outrage turned into curiosity. Her slight Irish accent, her quaint hairstyle, and her fresh, bright attitude intrigued him much more than all the modern, worldly women who had been his usual feminine fare. The worldly tycoon wasn't satisfied with imagining what lay beneath the high-necked dress. He swore to pursue her relentlessly until he had won her over, for now and for always. So it sounds like it might be a time-traveling romance. Love that. I mean, this was published in 1990, and it's gorgeous. So definitely intrigued. I haven't really read any that are that old, historicals. So I'll be interested to see how I feel about that one. And then my Kindle Unlimited book that I'm going to pick is The Heir by Sophie Lark. That is the first in her Mafia Hogwarts series. I know it follows Leo, who is the son of Sebastian and Yelena from the Brutal Birthright series, and Anna, who is the daughter of Nessa and Miko from Stroll and Heir in the Brutal Birthright series, and then also Dean, who is Yelena's nephew, her brother's son. We don't know who his mom is, or at least doesn't ever say, not that I know of. And then my 22 books I want to get to in 2022. I read like 4 in January, so I only have to read 1 in February. And I'm going to go with From Lukov with Love because the Olympics are happening, and it is an ice skating book. It's by Mariana Zapata. I know it's enemies to lovers, slow burn, ice skating romance. Don't really know much more, so I'm excited to read that one. And then I always try to pick one nonfiction book a month, and I'm going to be picking Will by Will Smith. It's his memoir about his life, I'm assuming. I have a hold that should come off of hold next week from Libby, so I should be able to get to that one pretty quickly. And then there is another book club that I want to read the book for, and that is the Swoon Sisters Book Club, which is hosted by Deja from Deja's Book World, I think is her channel, and Nicole from Who Picked This Book. I'll tag their channels down below also. They're reading Flock by Kate Stewart. It's gone around, it's made the rounds. I knew nothing about it. That's kind of the way everyone says to go into it, knowing nothing about it. So that is what else I'll be picking up. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have planned for February. Again, will probably end up reading more than this, but those are just my top choices. Those are for when I don't know what to read. These are the books that I'll pick up. But yeah, let me know if there's anything you think I should read next month. What are your favorite books? What are you planning on reading next month? Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It will really help me out. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye for now.